Hi, I'm Olivia. I'm the Southern Yankee Stitcher. Welcome to my Flosstube number 31. I'm recording this July 31st, and tomorrow, which is the day this will upload, August 1st is my 1 year Flosstube anniversary. Um, I I had been thinking before August 1st, a year ago. Oh gosh, I'd been thinking about doing YouTube for a while. I thought about doing it for decorating. I thought about doing it, and I thought about doing it for stitching when I got hooked on Flosstube. And like many of us do, we just kept making excuses why I shouldn't do it, or I'm going to wait to do it, or whatever. But then this thing came along on Instagram called the Common Threaded Stitcher. And it was going to be for the month of August. If you all ever participated or saw anything about it, day one was to introduce yourself. Day two might have been show your whips. Day three might have been show your floss storage. You're just getting to know each other through this thing called Common Threaded Stitcher. So of course they were kind of promoting it before it happened, so you'd be ready. And I thought, day one, I could do my first Flosstube and tell a little bit about myself, and that could be my Common Threaded Stitcher post. So that's what I did. I used that as an excuse to go ahead and bite the bullet and get started, and I wasn't sure how it was going to go. I wasn't sure if anyone would watch. I didn't tell anyone that I knew what I was doing it. I just thought I'm going to let this go and see, because I didn't really know any stitchers. So I knew one stitcher locally. So that's what I did, and it has been a bright light in my life for this last year. Any of you that have been following me know I've had some things with family and health concerns and that kind of thing, and that were, difficult things to deal with. But whenever I went to Flosstube or heard from those that I've met through Flosstube, my online stitching friends, it's always been positive. So, just a little comment on the video, or a like, or a message, or comment on Instagram. I know you all have heard it before, but the stitching community is such a kind and generous community. The first person that messaged me and said, "I'd like to send you something. Would you mind? Could I get your address?" And I was like, "I don't care. Sure, I'll give you my address." And family member told me later I shouldn't have done that, but I did anyway. And they sent me some charts. I was shocked. And they were like, "Yay, I get to make somebody happy today." And then I started getting things. We did the floss tag exchange, floss drop exchange, and got to meet a lot of people that way. And people have been so generous in sending things to me. And that's not the only. I mean, it's nice when you have a bad day to come home and you get some mail. Because we all use our email and text and all so much that you don't get paper mail a lot. But when you get a card or a package in the mail, somebody took some time to send something to you, and it always makes you feel good. And you all, my viewers and subscribers, have been so kind and generous to me. I can't even list all the ways that you've been kind to me. But like I said, it's definitely been a bright light in this last year. It's never, other than having aggravating technical issues and getting videos uploaded, everything's been positive with this. And I just want to thank each of you for that. My last video was about 3 weeks ago. I didn't feel like I had a whole lot to post these last 3 weeks, so I didn't make a video. But I did meet my goal of 500 subscribers. And I want to thank you all for that. I was just thrilled that 500 people subscribed to my channel. Just super happy. And that might not be a lot to a lot of people, but it's a lot to me. That means a lot to me. Gosh, there's a lot that I could say about this last year. And like I said, it's not just that people sent things to me, floss drops. Somebody made a bag for me. It was so cute. And I've got a couple bags and charts in the mail, and fabric, just kindness, just so much kindness. Thank you to everyone. Another first that I had this year, and I meant to get it off the wall. Let me grab it real quick. Now I've charted things before. As a kid, I stitched things that I kind of made up, little designs and geometric kind of things. But the first thing that I charted and shared with everyone was the Queen of Hearts. I did. I'm trying to find the right light here. I hope it's showing up better than it's showing up on this monitor, because I'm just having trouble getting the right. I'm right in front of a window. It should be great light, but it's kind of weird. Anyway, I stitched this because I had I explained it probably a lot better than I will today in another video, but I had a tin tea set as a child. It was my favorite. It had the Queen of Hearts on it, and she looked just like this, and the cups looked just like this, and it was my favorite. Whenever we played with our kitchen stuff and had a tea party or whatever we did with it, that would be my go-to. Like, these are mine, you can have this set. Because we had I was number 5 out of 6 children, and the 4th daughter. So had a lot of hand-me-downs. What I didn't realize is that tin Queen of Hearts tea set belonged to my mother when she was little. And so I just thought that was extra cool. And you can see the tea set right back there. And there's some better pictures of it in other videos. But I released this free to anyone that wanted it. They just had to email me at commonthreadedstitcher@gmail.com. And I was able to share that with several people. The first who's actually, we had a hashtag too. Hashtag SYS for Southern Yankee Stitcher, Queen of Hearts, Sal. Which is kind of a mouthful. But we had it on Instagram, and Helen in Scotland, you might know her as Sprite966. She was the first person to post a finished picture, and I'm going to share that right here. Isn't that pretty? It looks so good, Helen. Becky commented that she's close behind. She has to do some back stitching, and she doesn't love back stitching to finish that up. So that was a first this year, and that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun. I hope that I can chart some more things that I can share with you. I don't know that it will be like a business thing, but I want this just to be fun. So I haven't really decided how I'm going to do that, but that's on my list of things I want to do, is to chart some more things and share them with you. There have been some things that I also charted, and I've showed this a lot. The Rocky Springs Schoolhouse. It was a schoolhouse that my grandparents, great-grandparents, and many relatives attended. It was open for 91 years, a one-room schoolhouse where I grew up. And that I'm sharing, if you give to the foundation that's restoring the actual location, the actual schoolhouse, then I'll send you the chart for free. So I was able to do that too, but I really want to do something that's more, probably not as personal to me, so it may fit into your home a little bit better than something that's so personal to me. But let's see. I wrote down everything I wanted to share with you all, so I'm going to be looking at my list because I know I will forget. I've had a lot going on. We had a baby shower yesterday for my daughter-in-law. She's expecting a little girl. The due date's September 8th, so we're anxiously awaiting that little baby to come. And so I was getting ready for the shower this week. Started back to work. Summer break was over, and teachers and students have come back too. So it's been a busy month. I have done a lot of stitching. I'm going to show that to you, but it didn't feel like it was a lot to show because it's all mainly on one piece. But in my last video, I shared, can you see it back there, this printer's tray, and how I am going to fill up that printer's tray with lots of different motifs, and it's going to be like a sampler, my printer's tray sampler. Well, I have made some plans for what I'm going to put in the tray, but I haven't gotten to stitch any of it. Like I said, I was working on a piece to give to my daughter-in-law at the shower, and so that has taken all my stitching time these last 3 weeks since I've done a Flosstube. But one of the subscribers, Sheila, shared some pictures of some printer trays she had and how she's displayed them. And so I'm going to show Sheila's printer trays. One of them, she has like a shadow box, some little things in it, and the other one is just hanging, and it's, to me, so architecturally interesting that you don't have to have anything in it. I love wood and old wood pieces. I just love wood grain. So I would hang up a tray with nothing in it. So anyway, here are Sheila's 2 pictures. See what I mean? I just like how it's hanging there with that gourd. Anyway, I like it. And one of them, she also had an old tin, old tobacco tin, and I collect tins. So we were emailing each other back and forth, and I sent her a copy, a picture of where most of my tins are. They're on top of a china cabinet in my kitchen. And I thought I would share that picture with you too. She inquired about, why don't I show some more of my home and my decorating. And I think I'm going to do that. I'm probably overcritical of the way things look, so I'm not ready to do that now. But maybe when I decorate for fall, I'll do one, and then maybe again for Christmas. Right now, I still have my patriotic up, and I'm kind of tired of seeing it. I love patriotic, I really do, but I get tired of it because it's been up since May. I put it up for Memorial Day and leave it through July. And normally I don't take the patriotic down until my pumpkins go up September 1st, but they might come down a little early this year. So anyway, here's a picture of the tins on top of my china cabinets. I hope you couldn't see the dust up there. I haven't dusted. I probably haven't taken those down and dusted in a few years. I mean, I do dust my house, but to get up there and do that, I don't do that too often. Oh gosh. Anyway, I had a couple viewer comments, and I thought I might share those. Julie, said that when I work on this printer tray, every little section is going to be like a nice little finish, and you'll feel like you've accomplished a lot. And that is so true, Julie. When you work on smalls and you just get one little pillow, one little ornament done, it's like you made a tiny goal, and I love that. I'm all about setting goals. If it's not written on the to-do list, it's in my head. So that's definitely, yeah, I'm with you on that. And then Jennifer, Gina, and Sherry all said they would love to come and stitch. Last time I talked about Crystal and I meeting up and stitching, and that was so much fun. I really want to try and start a stitching group. I'm going to be working on that. I met a lady yesterday at the baby shower, one of my daughter-in-law's friends, and she said, "Oh, I cross-stitch some, and I do that diamond painting. It's just relaxing to me." And I was like, "It is." I do have her name and her address because I sent her an invitation to the shower. So I need to get in touch with her, though, through Facebook or something about stitching and see if she wants to join a stitching group, because I think everybody needs to work on that. It's great to have a hobby that you enjoy and is relaxing, but it's even better when you can do it with friends. Um, I want to thank Crystal and Sarah Stitches, for giving me a shout out. They're always so nice and mention me in my channel, and they have they. I mean, Crystal, I love watching her. She does a lot of different. She's working on a lot of different projects, and she gets a lot of stitching done, and she's funny talking about her stuff. And Sarah too. She's got some great finishes. She has some that she's changed how they were fully finished, and some new ones she's done, and they're really cute. You need to check her out. Sarah Stitches and Crystal Rowe. I'm gonna have to get a drink. Excuse me. Went to church today and then went and ate Mexican. And now I'm still really thirsty from eating that Mexican. So I'll just apologize in advance if I keep drinking because my mouth keeps getting dry. I told you I didn't have a lot to show you on the video. That's why I waited 3 weeks to do another one. And my book of days will prove it. Butterfly cloche, butterfly cloche, butterfly cloche. That's all I worked on. And I worked on that thing so much that I have like a thumb injury now. I don't know what it is about me. This thumb has bothered me holding a hoop or a Q-snap. This elbow bothered me for like a tennis elbow type injury. Well, now it's this thumb, and it goes on into my hand. I can't grip anything. At work, I was trying to open. I had some papers clipped with a binder clip. I couldn't squeeze it to open it. But the funniest story with this thumb injury, and I know it's from stitching because there was a day or two where I didn't stitch and my thumb felt better, like almost completely better. And as soon as I started stitching again, it came right back. So I know that's what it is. And the way I stitch in hand and do the sewing method, I don't know what it is, but I'm doing something to my thumb. But I needed to, where was I getting ready to go? I don't know if I was going anywhere or what, but I needed a pedicure bad. And I didn't have time to go get one. I just, needed to do it myself. So I removed the polish and all, and I was like, oh, I need to trim my nails a little bit. I could not squeeze the nail clippers with this hand because my thumb hurt so bad. Y'all, from stitching. It hurt so bad. So, I went to my husband. I said, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I need you. I need you to help me trim my toenails. And he's like, okay. So my husband's got a bad back, really bad back. And I said, no, and he started to get down on the floor. I was like, no, don't get on the floor. Just sit in your chair. I'll put my foot like in your lap. And he's like, no. And so then he wanted me, I don't know. So he wanted me to put my foot on my vanity chair. And he was kind of kneeled down to cut my nails. I had to stop twice because I was laughing so hard. You should have seen it. He could not get the clippers on my nail at the right place. He was like, your clippers, like where you squeeze them down, they're smooth stainless steel or whatever. He said, my fingers are slipping off of it. They need to have be grippy right there. I'm like, I don't know. I don't have a problem with them. But it's like he couldn't make nail clippers work, y'all. What in the world? So ended up, I said, okay. And he was clipping. I said, you didn't clip nail. You clipped the air. You didn't have my nail in there. I said, all right, I'm going to put the clippers where I need you to cut, and you just squeeze it because I can't squeeze it. And I can't do it. I just couldn't do it left-handed. I tried. And it hurt so bad to squeeze. It was It was so funny, y'all. It was just, it was so funny. You just had to see it. It's like this is what getting old's like. You do so much cross stitch that you can't do anything with your thumb, and your husband has to do your pedicure for you. Anyway, he didn't do the whole pedicure. He just I did paint my nails. I could hold the nail polish with his hand. I couldn't open it, but I could hold it tight enough to paint my nails. Anyway, I'll go ahead and show you the butterfly cloche. It is not done. I stitched like nobody's business trying to get this thing done. And, well, let me just show you, then I'll talk about it. Sorry, I went ahead and stuck it in a frame and gave it to her with a note that says, just like your baby, this is a work in progress. It'll be done by the time she comes. But, here it is. And I'm going to put her name in the cartouche, I guess you call this. I don't think I'm going to put, birth date, weight, and all that on here. I'm going to wait and see what she wants me to do. The only thing I really have to do is what's going to go in here. The leaves coming up here, the green, and then there's green down the bottom here and here. And I think I have a couple more lines like showing the glass on each side, kind of like they were at the top. And then I'm done. So I was really close. Now the black outline of the butterflies goes super fast, but filling them in, oh my gosh, took a lot of time. Now I'm not sure I like the white frame. And I think it's a little too tall, the frame too. I'm not crazy about that. But anyway, I went to Walmart. I just grabbed this frame. They're going to have a white crib and dresser in there. So I thought this might match the room the best. But I'm going to wait till I'm done the whole thing and see what she likes too. So it's just kind of stuck in here. It's not, laced or pinned or anything, so that I can finish it. But I'm going to take a few days off of stitching because of my thumb injury. Oh gosh, but it's beautiful. I let me say, this is on a 15 count Aida. I think the color was called, I'll put it in the notes below. I can't remember. I want to say it was like Fabulous or something. I changed the colors up a bit. Where there were more browns and oranges, I substituted the yellows and some blues and purples. I just wanted to be a little more girly, but not too far off from what a butterfly would look like, I want to get crazy with it. Did I say it's a 15 count Aida? Yeah. And some of the called for. I don't think I changed this butterfly. Maybe the yellow in here was orange. I put the yellow. This is how it was charted. And the leaves and everything else is charted. It's stitched as charted. But it's pretty, and her nursery is butterfly themed. The shower yesterday was butterfly themed, so it went right along with it. I do have an FFO. You saw this before. I just have it stuck in, well, I don't know if I can call it FFO. But I found this frame for this little sampler. This is the M.Holloway sampler by Red Barn Samplers. And I think I told you all that I changed the colors a little bit so they would show up on my fabric. And I changed the name at the bottom to my grandmother's little sister that passed away when she was about 4. And I found this frame at a thrift store, and I thought, because I was going to go with the green that's in the name here, but then when I saw this gold, I thought, I think that might match the border, and it does. I like it in this frame. I like it in there. So I just stuck it in there. I have on my list in my phone. I told y'all I have to have a list for everything. When I go to Hobby Lobby to get some, I think they're beading pins or the short pins, because I want to pin this with that straight border. You got to really get it straight for it to look good in the frame. Right now it's a little crooked because it's just kind of stuck in there. But I want to try pinning this one. I don't think I can get it straight enough by lacing it. I'm not that great at doing that. So that's about all the stitching I have to show you, because like I said, I have haul and some antique stuff and all to show you that I've gotten, stitchy kindness. So we're not done. I have plenty more to show you, but as far as stitching, I worked on the butterfly cloche for 3 weeks. We even had to do all these like online tutorials at work. One's about like how to use the AED machine, you know, CPR, and like harassment and you know, all this inappropriate things in the workplace that they make you learn about. And it was several hours worth of those. And you watch it and you take the test at the end. Well, I took my stitching to work and I was stitching on that while I was watching those things. And then I'd take the test and passed them all, got them done. We have till like September to finish them, but I always like to get them done as soon as I get them, so I don't forget about it and have that hanging over me. You know. Anyway, I've been watching a lot of Flosstube. Probably my favorite, I'm trying to remember their name, Linen and Scraps. They have a lot of subscribers already. You know, they do a lot of stitching, and it's Molly and Kathy. And Kathy does a lot of like samplers, and she's been stitching a long time, and Molly's fairly new stitcher. And they do some paper work too, like with their scrapbooking stuff. They make these thread books and thread beds and stuff using, instead of fabric on the outside, paper on the outside, which is a great idea. I have that closet there, about half of it is scrapbooking stuff. I have so much left over, and I use it every once in a while. The reason I don't just trash it, if I've done bulletin boards at church and used it. I've, you know, posters here and there, or things that we had to do. Especially, I use it probably for church the most, but you know, some little gift things or whatever, I've used it on those too. So it definitely, they've come in handy, but I love seeing that and new uses for that. And I may have mentioned them before, but I really like them. Of course, I watch Brenda and the Serial Starter. I love them. I love Carol, the Salt Box Stitcher. They're some of my favorites. Niecy Lynn's a favorite. Mama Loves You GBs. She's a favorite of mine. There's some new ones that I've kind of marked to watch. And one of them that was mentioned is, and I have something here to show you that she mentioned and I went and bought, is Michelle the Striped Rose. She hasn't done a lot of videos lately, but I went back and watched her old stuff, and she does a lot of samplers, and she has a love of things, a lot of the same things that I love. Antique things, Jane Austen, and just like kind of romantic things like that. And she mentioned this book, and I had to go buy it. And if you just like pretty things, I mean, talk about a pretty thing. The Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady. I think this was written in 1906. I think is what I read. This is a reproduction of the Naturalist Diary for the year 1906. And it just talks about all the flora and fauna. And it goes through each month, and there are beautiful illustrations in it. And I haven't read the whole book. I haven't read the book yet, but I bought this through eBay, and a lot of the copies were in England because I think that's where it was made popular. But there are some copies that they had busted up the book to to frame the illustrations. I can't find one. One of my favorites. Let me see. I mean, it's just pretty. I love botanicals. And when she showed this book, I was like, there's the chestnut. I love that because my childhood home was named Chestnut Springs. And all the chestnut trees had died in a blight in the late 1800s. So there were no more chestnut trees at Chestnut Springs. But it was called that long before my parents had the land and built a house. The spring was used by the whole community for many, many years. But these chestnuts, if you have... My dad planted a chestnut tree because Chestnut Springs. It is not a great tree to have in your yard. These things are like needles sticking out of there. Now in my yard here in South Carolina, we have sweet gum trees, and they have these spiky little balls look more like that. But a chestnut tree, let me tell you, those things, they are no joke. No joke. They hurt. They will go through, I remember them going through my canvas sneakers, my kids, many times. Anyway, but this is a beautiful book, and I will read it, but then I will probably just, like have it open somewhere, laying on a table or stand somewhere with a little pair of antique glasses on it or something is what I'll do to decorate. I just love pretty things, and it's a pretty book. It's just really pretty. So that was Rose, the striped stitcher, Michelle, the striped rose that mentioned that book. Annie, the proper stitcher, just in her latest video mentioned a book, and it was called, I look at my phone, I had it on the list. Like, I might want to buy this book. Let me go back and find it. Threads of Life. And it talks about all these works of art, needle works of art through time. And the first one it talks about was the Bayeux Tapestry, which is in France. Well, it's about William the Conqueror and everything that happened then. Well, I can trace my lineage back to William the Conqueror. He was like a 27th great-grandfather of mine, which is kind of cool. And when my two oldest children went on their senior trip with school to Europe, they went to England, Scotland, and France. And so they saw a lot of things about William the Conqueror, and I told them that they're descended from him. And they were like, Mom, why are you always telling us about stuff like that? And I was like, a lot of people are probably descended from him, but you can prove it, and it's neat. So you might I'm trying to help you connect to what you're going to see. They didn't get it then. I'm not sure they really get it now, but I would have loved it. I mean, that tapestry is so old, and it's amazing that they still have it. It's super long. It's, I don't know how many 100 feet or something like that. I don't know. It's really big. But Annie talks about it a lot and shows some pictures, so you can go back and watch her latest video, Annie, the Proper Stitcher. Probably a lot of you watch those. Watch her stuff. I wish I could. I need to make a list, and I didn't, of some of the new floss tubers I've stumbled upon. Some of them I just went and subscribed to them, so they would be on my subscriber list. I don't know how you all do that, but that's what I do. And I go through my Fire Stick, go into YouTube and see my subscription list and who has a new one. And so that's how I know when a new video posts. I don't do the ring the bell thing. So that's why I haven't asked you all to do it, because I don't do it. I don't want to get notices on my phone because I'm on there all the time. Every evening, I might watch some certain shows I want to watch on regular TV, and then I'm like, I'm done. It's time for Flosstube. But while I mentioned it, if you're not a subscriber, I would appreciate you subscribing and liking this video, and leave me a comment. I love getting comments, and even constructive criticism, I'll take it. I'll take it. You couldn't be harder than me than I am on myself anyway. All right, Stitchy Kindness. I had someone who has been watching my channel probably about since the beginning, and she was very kind to me. She got a lot of charts from an estate in Pennsylvania. And I didn't ask her exactly how they came to her. Excuse me. I didn't ask her exactly how they came to her, but she reached out to some of her stitchy friends to see if they were interested in any charts. And she knew that I liked Prairie Schooler. And she sent me a bunch of charts. And I was blown away. Like, I was just blown away. It was incredibly generous and kind for her to think of her fellow stitchers, you know, before anybody else. You know, it just goes to show you that how kind people are in the stitching community. Goodness, I'm going to show you and you're going to be like, wow, wow. I don't want to say her name. I don't know if she would want me to say her name, and I didn't ask, so I'm not going to, but you know who you are, and I thank you very much. I was blown away. Just really blown away. The Prairie Schooler charts, and these were my favorites of the ones that she had. And so I'm going to show them to you here. Garden Blooms from the Prairie Schooler. It shows a lot of these done on, like finished on felt, wool felt, in different ways. Here at the back it shows it. But what I think I'm going to do, I got these little, I forget what you call those dishes. They were round, about this round. You bake in them like you would bake a souffle or something in there. I can't remember what they're called, but I showed you several videos back in early spring. I saw them in Dollar General, and I got one like in a turquoise color and one in like a yellow. And I thought I would stitch those flowers to turn them into a pincushion and mount it in those little baking dishes, whatever you call them. Gosh, I know what that word is, but I can't. I know you're screaming it at me, but I can't bring it to mind right now. The next one's called Just Hatched. So cute. So cute. Farm Fresh. The Needle's Eye. I love that. You know, I've kind of, on this wall, you can't see it here in the video, but I have that Singer sewing machine pattern that I stitched, and I have all my thread hanging on the wall and just like sewing things. And I want to do like sewing and needlework wall, and they will go on there just perfectly. Country Seasons. Thanksgiving comes again. I really don't have anything that's just Thanksgiving. And that's really our family's biggest holiday. Everyone comes here to my home for Thanksgiving from Maryland, North Carolina, different parts of South Carolina, all my siblings and their families. And so I need some good Thanksgiving decor. And then Christmas Eve. I've always admired this chart. So pretty. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You know who you are. Another friend who's a stitcher sent me an anonymous, I'm not sure how anonymous it was, but it was An anonymous gift for, it was a back to school survival kit. And in it was a cinnamon bun from Panera and some mints to keep at my desk and a skein of DMC floss. So that kind of gave it away who it was. There's only one stitcher that I really know locally. And so you know who you are, and thank you so much. What a sweet thing. She just left it at the front for me, and my office is right beside the front office. So, but I didn't hear them ask for me or anything, and somebody brought it in and said, "Somebody left this for you." And I was like, "It didn't say who?" And they're like, "No." I said, when I opened it up, I saw the DMC. I was like, "Oh, that was sly right there. That was sly." Putting that in there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That was so sweet. So sweet. Well, I hope y'all are hanging in there. Don't leave. We're going to have giveaways at the end. I probably should have told you that in the beginning. But those of you who are sticking around, you'll be here for the giveaways. Not quite yet. I have to have some haul. I don't have a lot of stitchy haul necessarily, but I do have haul. Let's see. I will start with these. They're spindles, is what they call them. It's an antique shop. And funny thing is, if you're one of my longtime viewers, you probably remember me talking about this auction I went to at this big plantation house, like a 3-story octagon-shaped plantation house that first time I saw it, I said, I'm going to live there one day. Didn't happen. But I did go and I bought some little, like miniature portraits, antique miniature portraits I bought from there. These were sold there. I saw the lady buy them. She's has a new antique shop opened up in where I live in Greenwood, South Carolina. It's called Little Shop of Hoarders. And they've been open maybe a month. I just got in there this week. I just hadn't had time to get in there. And she had these spindles. I was like, I know where you bought those. I bid against you on those. Because I don't know what they're originally intended for, what kind of spindle it is, but I'm going to hang. I just wanted to have it on hand. It's got this little piece of metal here. But I can hang stitching from it. And I could have one at the top and the bottom to give it some weight, or just hang it from the top one. And I just thought it could hook right around there and have a wall hanging. So I got those. They were very inexpensive. I got a frame that I really thought, if the butterfly cloche fits in this, I love the texture of this frame and the color. I got this at a thrift store for a few dollars. That I might put this in here instead. Is it going to fit? I hadn't even measured it yet. It's about the same size, isn't it? Anyway, I thought that might be better. I don't know. But if the butterfly cloche doesn't go in it, I loved the texture of the frame and the design. And of course I can rip out what's in there. It's got glass too, so I do want to have glass in that piece. It's going to be in the nursery, and I really want it to be something that my granddaughter can have for a lot of years, and just protect it a little bit more. That's what I thought. I also, at that Little Shop of Hoarders antique shop, I got these pictures. I saw them and I'm like, oh, I love them so much. They're a pair of primitive portraits. They are behind glass, but it's like museum glass. It's marked on the back. They were framed in Washington, D.C. It says non-reflective glass. And I love Jane Austen and all. And that's what she reminded me of when I saw it. And then this matched it. And, I love anything patriotic and historic and that just all kind of went together with what things I like. So let's see what anything else see here. Oh yes, I got this little tray. I'm not crazy about the hearts, but I think it'll be okay. But I mean, it was painted by somebody, but I'm gonna just probably repaint the whole thing. You can see it was $1 and put stitching in it in the bottom. I don't know if I'll go with like a brown or like a red, but I'm going to put stitching in it. It was made in China. I'm not, even though it is hand painted, it's nothing that's like, you know, I don't want to destroy somebody else's artwork. It was mass produced, you could tell. Then I went down the antique sampler rabbit hole. And I don't know that I got these because I want to reproduce them, but I might. You know, after stitching this little gem right here, I thought, oh, I had fun stitching that. I mean, I didn't love the over one that I did it over one. 1 over 1 on 28 count is what that was. But I love the simplicity of it, you know, just the alphabet. So I started watching some samplers on eBay, and I ended up getting 2 of them, and they were very inexpensive. I can't remember the exact price, but with shipping, I'm pretty sure it was less than $50. So for each. One of them was a lot cheaper than the other, and I can't remember which is which, so I don't want to say and be telling you wrong. But this is the first one. Find a sweet spot on the camera. You can tell they have glass in them. Sorry about that, y'all. At the bottom, it's written on the back, Susan A. Noyes. Noyes. No, I don't know how else you would pronounce that. Susan A. Noyes. Noyes. It's very old. I peeked in the back. Well, it's, you know, you never know what you're getting when you buy on eBay. It looked old, but I mean, how do you really know till you can touch it, feel it, see it, you know, all that in person? But I was like, I'm just going to go with it. I'm not spending a whole lot of money on it, so I'm fine. But when I got it, it's got these square nails that's framed with, so it's got some age on it. I don't know how to tell if a sampler is American or not. If anybody could look at this and tell me anything, if you know anything about samplers. There's no date on here. I peeked inside because there were no nails in this corner, and I could pull this back a little bit. It's glued. I don't know if it's glued the whole way around, but all the edges are glued fast to another piece of cardboard up in there. Who knows when that was done? Like I said, I don't know if the glue goes all the way across or just around the edges, but it's pulled tight and glued, and it's probably the best view you're going to get of it right there. So it's very faded. I love it. I love it. I can't wait to, you can probably see sitting back there on the floor, I have a sampler that I bought that's from like, I think it was 74 or something. I think it was 70 something. Can't see that far. But not only of my samplers that I've stitched, but I want to throw in some antique samplers too. So this will be one of them that will go on my wall for sure. Then yesterday, I got another one. Told you, it went down the rabbit hole. This one, I actually purchased first. It came second. It was in the flimsiest box. Like almost, not like a packing box, like a grade above a gift box. It was wrapped in like those wet pads you put down under somebody in their bed in the hospital. That's what it was wrapped in. And then tissue paper just laying flat on top, like that's going to do anything. How this got to me, there was a hole in the box, and I didn't have to cut any tape to get the item out. You could just move I wish I'd save the box to show you all. I just stuck my hand like up between the top of the box and the bottom because it's made like a gift box, and just bend it down to get it out. It's crazy. But this is the sampler. This is actually, like I said, the first one I saw. And it says Eliza, period. So I'm assuming that's for Elizabeth. M. Higgs, Higgs. At first I thought it was a date on there. Then I realized she did her numbers and she went 1 through... Well, here she does 21 and then just a 2. So she just kept counting, just kept going. And it's pretty old too. I mean, I can't really tell by these nails how old it is. And I haven't tried to get into it. I'll have to take nails out to do that. I'm not sure I want to. It's on a very open weaved cloth. I'm thinking it's stitched with wool. I wasn't sure, again, like, is it made to look old or is it old? But looking at this cloth, it's old. Because I think it's just laying in here. I can kind of see where it's folded up around the edge. Like maybe they did a hem stitch on it. So I might have to take it out. It's got a little stain right here on it, on the cloth. But same thing goes here. Elizabeth M. Higgs. And it's Higgs, Higgs, period. So, could it be Higgins? You know, what did this little girl do? I don't know. But there's her alphabet. She's got a Greek key in there. I think they're all... I just got this. It was on my porch when I came home from the shower yesterday. And I hadn't even really inspected it. But I think they're all just X's. The stitching. I'm going to have to take out a few nails and look at it. Curiosity is going to kill me. And maybe I can stick them back in. I kind of want to leave it in the frame. It's old, but it just helps tell its history and it fits it perfect. So if I take it out, I'm going to put it right back in. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'll take it out or not. But if you think you know, if you're looking at this, look at this fabric or the style, and you think you could tell me if it's English or American, I would love to know that. Neither seller could tell me any history on these. So they were some of my haul. I think that's all. I think that's everything. Let's see. Told you I had a list. I'm checking it off. That's about all I have to share with you today, but I have some giveaways. And let me go real quick. Sorry, y'all. I was supposed to announce a winner. I was going to check my comments one last time to make sure. I did pull a winner, but I want to make sure nobody else commented after that. After I saw the last comment. Nope. Becky Pugh, P-U-G-H, you are the winner of last video's giveaway. You won Lavender and Lace. Lavender and Lace is Autumn. What's she called? Celtic Autumn. Celtic Autumn. You won that. So I don't see my sticky notes here, but I will make a note here. Becky, you won the chart. Congratulations. All right. Now we have some other giveaways. I had a couple of other charts that I was going to give away, and then I thought, you know what? I'm not going to use these for giveaways because you can buy them. I don't know. I don't want to take anything away from a designer. I don't feel like that when something's given away, but I didn't want to. I don't know. I just decided not to. So I've pulled things that I think you can't get anymore. I looked just a little bit and I couldn't see it, but I mean, you might be able to search real hard and find something. I don't know. But here they are anyway. So let me make a list. I didn't think ahead of time what our word will be. You will comment. Yeah, I'm going to use words. I'm going to use words because that's fun. Here's a little piece. It's from Carolyn's Meadow. I guess that's a series from Serendipity Designs. This one's Red Clover. It stitches up small. It includes everything in it. It's a kit. It's got 14 count Aida and your floss. And it's going to stitch up to be 4x4. Can you see that? Got the little bee on there. See that little bee? Isn't it cute? On the Red Clover. So for this one, use the word clover. All right. We have another one that is from Dimensions. It's Gold Collection Petites, Circle of Strength. And it says in the middle, our family is a circle of strength and love. This also includes everything in it. 18 count beige Aida, needle and floss are included. And it'll stitch up to be 6 inches by 6 inches. Here's everything in it. And for this one, let's use the word strength. All right. We've got one here called, it's Valerie Pfeiffer Solos. And this is one of a series of designs from the watercolors of Valerie Pfeiffer. This one's called Chickberry. And I have 2 of these. Just use the word berry, B-E-R-R-Y. This includes some linen, just white linen. I'm sorry, it's hard to see. I got to figure out a better light situation here. Like I said, I have 2 of those with the linen. And you're going to use the word berry. There's 2 of those. Well, this chart, I think it's got a little age on it. It's from 98. It's from Nancy's Needle. It's called the Pumpkin Patch. It has two charts in here. One's called Clear Moon, Frost Soon, and the other's called Harvest Time. Clear Moon, Frost Soon, and Harvest Time. And it comes with the little wreath and buttons. Oh. His little head came off. I don't know when that happened. Well, you could glue his head back on. Did you see? It just glues right there. The chart is still in here. I'm not gonna do that one. I'm not gonna give away something that's broken. Never mind. Never mind. All right, this is from the Crosswind collection. Is that the name of it? Colors number 50. I don't know. I guess that's it. This is just the chart. But look at that pretty tree with the birds in it. On the bottom it says, "Thank you for letting me see the colors." For this one, use the word tree. Use the word tree. This is a chart from Lavender Wings called Santa's Magical Coat of Colors. This is the chart only. Look at that Santa. He's pretty whimsical. Lots of colors in there. It's different. I haven't seen anything like that. That's called Santa's Magical Coat of Colors. We're going to say coat. Then I'm going to give away 3 gift cards from Garon Stitchery, Garon Stitchery. For that, use the word Stitchery, Stitchery. I will be giving away 3 of those gift certificates, and that they'll just be emailed to you. These others, of course, will be mailed. And doesn't matter where you live. If you want to enter, feel free. Feel free. If I can repair this little guy here, sorry, I didn't know it was broken. I wouldn't even shown it. Then maybe we'll give it that away next time if anybody really wants it. But I thought these were a little different, something you can't find just anywhere. And then if there's some recent releases that you want, I'm sure you can find them at Garon Stitchery. So again, the words are clover, strength, berry, tree, coat, and stitchery. Okay. I think I went through my stack and I went through my list. I believe that's all. Y'all, thank you for a great 365 days. And I'm going to take a little bit of a break, give my thumb a break so I can do my own pedicure. And I'll be finishing up the butterfly cloche after I give my hand a break for a couple of days. And I'm going to be working on my printer's tray sampler because I'm anxious to do that. I've picked out my patterns. I know what I want to stitch. I just have to sit down and do it. And really, I'm sad that I have to give my hand a break because I love sitting down the end of the day and stitching. It's just relaxing to me. I like getting in my groove. If my back's really hurting, it kind of takes my mind off the pain, and it just makes me feel better all around. So, but I will have to take a break. So maybe a few weeks before I stitch again. I also have to do the preschooler August for my door at work. Tomorrow's August 1st. I haven't started it. So I need to get on with that and get that stitched up. It'll only take me a couple days normally to stitch those. So hopefully I'll get that done this week. Again, thanks for all the nice things that you all have done over this last year, and I plan to do this for, keep going, hopefully for another year at least, and to add some more subscribers, I hope, and hope we can show you some more new things. And I'll be working on getting things together for a home tour in a month or so, maybe. Okay. Y'all have a good time. Happy stitching, and I will see you next time. Bye.